see from the record, this fighter is fantastic and is really difficult to get past. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. What a nightmare scenario! And right back into the fray.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. The stamina is off the charts. Punch, counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Here we go to the fourth round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. There's a counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter shot. Misses with the straight left. Those counter punches have to hurt. Swing and a miss. Oh, right there. Oh, and they got rocked! What a moment this is! A much better game plan here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Will the referee step in? How did they hold that thought? The referee really thinking about stopping it. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
And there's the bell for round 5. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their... fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Perfect counter shot. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Good counter punching. He misses with that straight left. He misses with that jab. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
This is when you talk about championship material.
On to the 6th round. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter. And we may see an early stoppage here. I don't believe, but did you see that? And now going for the finish. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Stamina is off the charts. They both want a highlight reel knockout. Catch and shoot. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Round 7, here we go. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
How about that time counter shot? Nice exchange here from both men. Nice counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. The jab doesn't quite connect. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Oh, Johnny, what's the referee thinking right now? Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Counter shot. A lot of effort being exerted here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Cardio was put in for this fight. It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
Round 8, and we're off again. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
What are they doing that, man? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy, players. They did 6 rounds in 1. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Catch and shoot. Lucky that hook didn't score. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The straight right just misses. Perfect counter lands. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Nice counter shot. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. His stamina is off the charts. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse.
There's the bell to start round 9. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And down goes the myth. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
What now is about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Holding nothing back here in the round. And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
And there's the bell to start round 10. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle him. He's got to bluff him.
With the hook. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Did you see that? And they'll wave it off. Supersonic has been stopped. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Even I've got to see that.
Are you okay? You're out.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got... A star-studded crowd, a star-studded fight under the stars here at the Observatory. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
And now it's time for the tale of the... first...
This bout is...
A lot of trash talk. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. He misses with that straight left. Here's a counter shot. Misses with the straight left. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. They exchange punches. Catch and shoot. The champion is back for another defense. Can't land the jab there. He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
How about that time counter shot? When are we going to see a jab from these two? You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Here we go. It's round two. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Beautiful counter punch. This fighter loves throwing straight power shots. Their opponent has got to get that head off the... Oh, wait a minute! This could be the end! Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Both fighters landing in these... Did you see that? Do you believe what we are seeing? And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
There's the bell for round 3. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. No rest for the weary. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Good counter punch. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. The perfect counter lands. No doubt the career is winding down. Did you see that? And we may see an early stoppage here. Thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Stamina is off the charts. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Did you see that? What a nightmare scenario. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. Are we about to see Kell Brook go down? How are they still standing?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The stamina is off the charts. A swing and a miss with the right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got...
Time for the 5th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. And at some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Good counter punching. A perfect counter shot. And he scores with the counter. Nice counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship.
This is the beginning of round 6. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. Swing and a miss with that hook. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Kell Brook may need to take a knee here. This round could go either. Did you see that? Amazing knockout finish here. That was something special. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
I've got to see that again.
Listen to me. Are you okay? You're out of here.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here. You are looking live at the WBC Arena. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
Time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have the Myth. Let's see if that age advantage will play a part in this fight. And they'll be facing Unbreakable. And they will have a power advantage here. So here we go. These two will be fighting tonight as welterweights.
This is it.
Here we have the Myth from Ireland, and they hold the SCI Continental title. The last time we saw them in action, they impressed everyone.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Ireland. Wearing the white trunks trimmed with green. The current Continental welterweight champion, the Myth. Fighting out of the blue corner from the United States of America. Wearing the gray trunks trimmed with black.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a These athletes have promised us a war. Good counter punch. This fighter loves throwing straight power shots. Their opponent has got to get that head off the center line. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab doesn't score. No doubt the career is winding down. How many fights do they have left? A perfect counter lands. That left uppercut doesn't... Oh, and that changes everything. And down they go. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
Well, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Can make or break a fighter.
Here we go. It's round 2. He got knocked out. In the last round, let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up and learn. Them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
They exchange punches. That counter shot lands. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Misses with the straight left. Left hook just missed. Through the straight left, but it won't score. A punch and just got countered. Big swing and a miss with the hook. At some point, the corner has to say you're done. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't...
On to the 3rd. Got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Counter punch right up the middle. And we may see a stoppage here. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Tap.
So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? And the referee's going to allow them to fight. Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. The stamina is off the charts. He threw the hook. Hold it right there. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt.
There's the bell for round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until you're senses of comeback.
Did you see that? That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? That will do it. Tough luck here as this fight is over.
I was getting a little anxious there. This is a career-ending fight.
Another TKO win here, Johnny. What's next?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight had carried on?